The Rebels playing tonight. They will face Long Island State in the Pavilion. Chris Beard's crew picked in the preseason AP Top 25 for just the second time in program history. The Rebels will feature Matthew Morrell, back for his fifth year of college basketball, the Memphis native, and a plethora of transfers, 6 to be exact. And they figure to be one of the oldest teams in college basketball. Once again, 10 seniors on the squad.
But I do believe there's a relationship between winning and experience. So that's a big part of our DNA. You know, you look at any team in the country and you can kind of see, if you're a basketball person, what their setup would be. You know, this team could be really good if. But with our team, there's no denying, when you look at it on paper, 10 seniors, 7 or 8 of them in the rotation. I mean, we're an older team, so they're not going to give us points on the scoreboard before the game starts just because we're older. But if these guys continue to buy in, commit to each other, share the ball, and then defensively, you know, we just got to get better.
All right, so there you hear from Chris Beard, the Ole Miss Rebels, number 24 in the country, just the second time picked in the preseason AP Top 25. Caleb, what are you excited to see from this Ole Miss squad?
Well, my main player that I'm really excited about, that I think if he plays well, let's say average 7 assists, 10 points a game, Sean Padula, transferring in from Virginia Tech. This is one of the most seasoned guys on the team, and that's saying something with this very veteran squad. I think he looked really impressive against Illinois. He had the most assists on the team. And really, overall, they had 39 assists. The team was moving the ball around. But Padula is a guy that really, in my opinion, could have gone to the NBA. He's got that type of build. Yep. He's a smart guy. You compare him with someone like Matthew Morrell, Malik Dia, Dre Davis. I mean, this team is a no-nonsense team, and they showed that against Illinois. The only thing I am concerned about is they got out-rebounded by 12 against Illinois. They really don't, since they lost Musa Cisse, they don't really have that guy. They're hoping Bowl will be that guy this year.
Just a freshman, though.
Just a freshman. You know, I think that, how tall is he? He's like
7'3".
Yeah.
Avery Streamer.
Jamarion Sharp from last year, about the same height. So, I mean, you could get some kind of similar vibes.
And you still don't. He says that Coach Beard says that he still doesn't have his starting 5. They started with Malik Dia, Dre Davis, Matt Morrell, Sean Padula, but someone like Jalen Murray played a lot of minutes. So that's a good thing to have, a good problem to have, is that your team is so deep. But I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning. If Sean Padula can average close to a double-double with getting close to 10 assists a game, this team is going to be scary, because that is someone who, when Ole Miss played Memphis, they're going to be keying off of, with Penny Hardaway's high-pressure defense, where he's going to press you for periods throughout the game. That's the guy that they look in that Illinois game. When they did that, immediately Matt Morrell is looking to get the ball to Sean Padula. What's he going to do with it? Really intelligent guy at Virginia Tech. I'm excited to see him.
Padula had 8 assists in that game against Illinois, 16 points and 4 assists last year for Virginia Tech. Rachel, what do you think and you want to see from Ole Miss this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the season when it comes to Ole Miss. Obviously, like you mentioned, second time ever being ranked in the AP 25. First time ever being ranked in the coaches poll, coming in at number 25 there. So a really exciting time for Ole Miss basketball. And I think the really exciting thing for me is that it's Chris Beard's second season, and he has a proven track record at every other team that he's been in, that his second season is the season where things really flip a switch. And obviously, you know, he's had some guys that have stayed. He's bringing some transfers, some freshmen. They're all kind of there, but he's hoping that that momentum from last year, where they had a pretty good season, especially for a first-year head coach at that team, had a good season, and they've been able to keep enough key pieces to then kind of build off that and be able to kind of take things where they want to go. I think for me as well, a concerning thing is the rebounding. He talked about that. You mentioned they're out-rebounded by 12. Obviously, they dominated that game against Illinois, but the rebounding was the one concern. And he kind of said, look, every team in college basketball is going to lean on their defense. And he said, for us, like, we need to see our rebounding be better in order for us to be able to, like, make a deep run and go up against those teams that really are going to push us in both attack and off and defense. So I think that's going to be a really big thing for Ole Miss, is the rebounding. I'm keen to kind of see how that plays out tonight against Long Island. Obviously, a team that you would expect Ole Miss to dominate. Yeah, we're not really kind of scared that Ole Miss are going to go in there and blow this. They should definitely dominate them. But it's kind of those key things. It's the small things. It's similar to Memphis. You want to see them do all the little things right, even though it's against a lesser opponent, because that then sets the tone for what the rest of the season is going to play out.
Well, because to your point about them being a no-nonsense team, that comes from having 10 seniors on your squad, right? Those are guys who have been in high-pressure moments. They've been in so many basketball games, and they know how to interact with a head coach like Chris Beard, who's going to give you hard coaching, which is something a lot of those seniors like. And especially if you're staying in college basketball this long, you like hard coaching. And Chris Beard is going to be that guy for you. And then on top of that, they know how to build chemistry with new guys. And I think that's something we have seen some of these teams struggle with when they have all these transfers that come into a program. They don't really know each other. They get to know each other over the course of a year. When you've got 10 seniors on your team, I think that's really going to make for good things to happen. And they hadn't won more than 20 games in a long time. They did that last year under Chris Beard. To your point about them moving into year 2 with Chris Beard, I got the examples for you.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? All right. In 2013, he was the head coach at Angelo State. Went 19-9 in his first year.
He went all the way back to Angelo
You know what I mean? I had to do the
It
research.
shows the proven
You
track
didn't even let
record.
me finish. You didn't let me finish my point. 19-9 the first year. They went 28-6 in year number 2 under Beard. Round 3 in the D2 tournament, and then when he went to Texas Tech, 2016 was his first year. They went 18-14, and then in the second year, 27-10. And they went to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament that year. So I would be very surprised if we're not getting a similar result from Chris Beard and this Ole Miss Rebels basketball squad. Excited to see what they can do this year. And it'll certainly start with Long Island?
Yes,
State?
Long Island.
Long Island?
So that then poses the question, what are your predictions for this season? They haven't won an NCAA tournament game in a decade. Are they doing that this year? Are they making the tournament? What's happening with Ole Miss?
I think they make the tournament because the SEC is going to be so deep. That is a league where you could see 8 to 10 teams potentially make the tournament, even if they don't win the SEC. I think because we are expecting a jump from them, if they can go from 20 wins to 25, 26, 27, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be in the NCAA tournament. They're going to make for a hard out, I think, if they have the kind of jump that we expect them to have this year.
Yeah, I think that could be a point at the end of the season where they're around 23 wins, and then all of a sudden they go to like the semifinals of the SEC tournament, impress the board, impress the committee, and then they get a lower seed, maybe something. I feel like they're an 11 seed if they're at their best. I mean, think about it like this too. Something I wanted to mention. Matt Morrell coming back is almost like if David Jones came back to Memphis. Sure. Imagine how much better we would be feeling about this Memphis basketball team, even though we feel pretty good about it, if David Jones was coming back.
Yeah.
Matthew Morrell is that caliber of player at his best, and he's a guy that you really need to have to make a run into the NCAA tournament. So yeah, I think that they could do it. This is these guys' last chance. They don't need any extra motivation.
Yeah.
It's almost like. It's almost like the perfect situation for a coach. You know, all of these guys want to go into the NBA, I assume, at some level, and this is their last shot, so they're going to be giving it their all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 7 o'clock tonight in the Pavilion. Ole Miss taking on Long Island.